843 TV, where the Lowcountry comes to speak.
.843 TV,
where communities come to speak. Hi, welcome to 843 TV. I'm your host, Kathryn Mademann, and we're at the Digital Corridor here in Beaufort. And today we are sitting down with JOToole, who's the Executive Director for the EDC here in Beaufort County. As always, nice to see you.
Great to be with you, Kathryn.
Well, you know, one thing about the Digital Corridor, it really promotes entrepreneurs, right? We bring businessmen to this and women to this area, to this particular building to talk about entrepreneurial opportunities, careers, jobs, and things like that, which I think parlays into our conversation today with you, because the Economic Development Corp, this is what you do.
Right. Well, and you know, we'll be talking about it a little later in the program, but a lot of what we do is working with great partners. So we have Jess O'Brien here at the Beaufort Digital Corridor. Following this filming, we've got a meeting with Jess and David Nelms, who heads up the Don Ryan Center for Innovation. So we have great partners that'll work with people have ideas, people have businesses that want to move them up to the next level. And they're doing great things in terms of innovation, entrepreneurship, at both offices, and have slightly different focuses, but because they're so good at what they do, a lot of times Economic Development Corps will take on Main Street projects, they'll take on the entrepreneurial focus. We don't have to focus on that because we got great partners who are doing that work already.
Exactly, and I wanted to give them a quick shout out before we get involved, because the Economic Development Corp, you guys have been very busy looking for businesses to come to the Lowcountry. But before we go too far in, let's talk about what's your role in Beaufort County.
Okay, so in 2016, the mayors and the county council got together in Beaufort County and said we have two great blue chip industries, one hospitality and tourism, and the other being defense and aerospace with the Marine Corps Air Station here. Both contribute over like $2.5 billion to the local economy. But they said it's like having a stool with only two legs. So our job is to build out a more diverse economy, basically build another leg to that stool, so that if something happens in hospitality sector, something happens in defense, we've got a more robust or diversified portfolio. If you can imagine your own stock portfolio, you wouldn't want to just have two stocks. So our job is to build out a diverse economy, and our passion is changing people's lives by creating good jobs in the county. And then another reason why government leaders would want to have good, effective economic development is because as we bring in grand list investments into the community, we can provide the services that people like schools, roads, education, recreation, all those things. I think I said education twice, but education is very important.
It is very important, because whoever comes in with a company, they also have to have people who they can employ.
Yeah,
we'll
that
talk
pipeline
about that
of talent.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
But everything you talked about is it's happening now. You know, it took years, a few years, 5 years to sort of catch Flint on that, correct? And you could see the building, you can see the development, and you know, when we drive around, we don't know what's happening, so maybe we can break some of it down, what we see when we see construction going on. Obviously, there's new communities coming in, residential communities are coming in.
Right.
We see commercial buildings. I'm assuming they would be health-driven, or maybe you can give us some insight.
Well, there is a lot going on here. We're in a state that's constantly being written up as a state of in-migration. We're a county of in-migration, and our challenge, and I think our skill, is to try to provide some balance with what we all love about Beaufort County, while filling in and building up. We were talking about college. I took an art class, and one of my art professors used to say, and I think he was quoting Paul Gauguin, who said, either you're growing or you're dying. And the key is to grow, but in a way where the infrastructure can support it, in a way where we do no harm to the environment. So we're closing in on 7 years, and we've done like $400 million worth of projects. We've done some 70 projects, which to tell you, they're mostly on the smaller side. They're not a Boeing or a BMW moving to Beaufort, but we have a lot of folks who vacation here and then say, boy, this is a great place to live. Why am I going back to X? Why don't I just move my business here? So we're doing quite well.
Exactly, we are. And we're going to take a quick break. So
Okay.
we'll be right back with 843 TV.